Preeya, I'm excited about this one. One of the first things that I got to do in the kitchen when I was a very young boy was make ice cream.
Oh.
And I'm going to make ice cream and I'm going to put it in a cake and put a crust on the bottom, chocolate sauce over the top of it. You're going to love this one.
Sounds very decadent.
Decadent. It's going to be delicious. That's the other word. And it starts with some butter. Nice big block of butter. This is for the chocolate sauce that goes over the top of it. Into that, some condensed milk.
Oh, wow. We're going quite decadent today. I love Richo's look over the shoulder.
It's just like,
It was.
Oh, this is going to be
And I'm
good.
not judging. I'm just saying we might eat a little bit less of this or eat it sometimes.
It's dessert, Preeya.
Yes.
It's got to be delicious. It's
wonderful.
Got to have lots of chocolate in there. But I am using this dark chocolate, which doesn't have a lot of sugar in it at all. It's got that bitterness. And as I've said many times, it's the only chocolate that I can have in the house without my sons stealing it. So they love chocolate. So I'll bust this up and pop it into here. And this will heat up nice and gently. Do you like that snap?
I do. It's satisfying, isn't it? You know, it's been a long day when you get to the couch and you crack the lid and, thank you.
Little piece of
Richo,
chocolate.
looking out for me, thank you.
The chef needs to taste everything.
We must, absolutely.
In that goes. Now, with a whisk, I'll just give that a little bit of a whisk around to make sure it starts to combine. I've got that on a really, really low heat, so that's going to heat up nice and gently, and I'll give it a bit of a whisk later on. In the meantime, we're going to get these little babies here ready. These are little Oreo cookies, and when I first started cooking, I didn't know what they were because they didn't have them in Australia.
Oh.
But since they brought them to Australia...
Richo, I'm not a big fan of the Oreo biscuit.
Just a little piece.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Tiny, just a wafer little piece.
You sound like you're in heaven, Richo. So what are we doing with these?
We're going to use this as the base for our chocolate. And into that, I pour some lovely, luscious butter all the way around here. You know it's going to be good when we start off with this. Sugar, chocolate, icing sugar, Oreo cookies.
That's it?
Yep, pop the lid on.
Yes.
What you're going to do is whiz that around and whiz it around till it becomes a nice, thick, crumbly base, and then we're going to pop it into there, and I'll show you how we put the rest of this together.
Perfect.
I'm in heaven. Okay, take that off, Preeya. And I want you to pop it in the bottom there. I've lined it with baking paper, really important. Now, this is what, you know, chefs talk about soil?
Yes.
When they're making desserts, they'll put chocolate soil over the top of it. It's just crushed up Oreos that they sprinkle over the top of it.
Oh, my goodness, he's told us this pro tip.
Exactly.
Thank you, Richo.
We make it sound expensive and technical. But
$30 for the soil, it's just crushed Oreos.
Exactly. Now, you push it down the outside. Using a spatula is a great way of doing it because it's sort of soft and it pushes it down nice and easily. You can get in there with your fingers and push it down the side there, but then you end up with all these Oreo bits all over your fingers and you have to eat them,
You have to eat it, don't you, Richo?
All right, I reckon we're just about good there.
Good.
Probably a little bit more around that side there.
Okay,
Push that one down, that's it. I'm just teasing you now. Imagine having me teasing you. Now, once we've got at this stage here, I'm going to put some of this beautiful Jalista ice cream. I've got 3 different flavours. And the trick with this is take it out of the freezer and pop it on the bench for at least, 10, 15 minutes, or maybe pop it in the fridge, for about an hour or so. And that will allow it to soften up so that it comes out nice and easily. And you want to catch it so it's still quite firm because ice cream is packed full of air. And it's the air that makes it nice and fluffy. Spread it around so it's nice and flat like that. And then we'll grab another flavour.
Wow, so you're going 3 different ice creams.
I love ice cream.
Yes,
it is
okay, clearly.
one of my favourite things. And it's also something, kids love ice cream cake, especially for their birthdays. And being a mum, you know this already. When you invite kids around, they all have their ice cream cake. Now, I'll open the last one here, and this is a beautiful ricotta, fig and honey ice cream or gelati.
On its own almost.
You can. Well, it is delicious on its own.
Ice cream.
But can you imagine when you put the 3 of them together and you slice through it? Now, this one here, I'll just sort of spread out a little bit, just like that. Using my finger, I've got a spoon over here. I'll just spread it out a bit so it's nice and smooth. Now, you've got to do this fairly quickly, and it's a good idea if you have got kids, maybe don't do it with the kids around.
Because it'll be gone.
There'll be little fingers and little...
And lots of germs everywhere because they'll be eating it. Is this going on top, is it, Richo?
Of course, we've got to put some nuts on there.
Okay.
And you can see I spin the cake tin around as I smooth it and it comes up really, really easily. Now, if you can sprinkle those nuts on there...
Yes. Oh, my goodness me. The sound's coming from Richo. He's loving the ice cream.
Absolutely delicious.
Here
and
we
you can
go.
see, put it all on.
Put it...
Go nuts.
Try hard.
Like there's no
Use
tomorrow.
it like you stole it. Got it.
Now, I put nuts on top of this, but you need to be careful who's going to be eating it.
Yes.
A lot of kids are allergic to nuts and have a whole lot of conditions, so do ask ahead. If you're taking this to someone else's house, make sure you know who's going to eat it before you put any nuts on there. Into the freezer we go. Looks great, doesn't it?
It does.
Like a big cornetto.
Correct.
Now, I'll just cut that straight in half
Wow,
like that.
it's solid, isn't it?
It's a monster. So I'll just make sure I push it all the way through. So, and crunch it down.
Oh, wow, the biscuit base.
It's really hard because remember we put butter in it?
Yes.
And that's why it's gone rock hard. So I'll just cut that one through there like that.
This is a monster of a frozen dessert, Richo. I've got to say, it's very decadent, very indulgent. I'm not going to knock it, but it is certainly one for moderation and having a small amount occasionally.
I don't know what you said, but I'm sure it was important to someone
Wow,
somewhere.
here we go.
Well, you got to have chocolate sauce over the
Okay.
top. And you just drizzle that around like that. Does that look good?
It does look really good. It does.
All right, let's have a little taste of that. I'm going
Okay.
to go around the back end, have a taste of that piece there. I'm in first because I love the ice cream. And you went fast enough. I thought you'd be straight
I
in
know,
there.
I've got to hold it down. It's such a beast, Richo. Here we go.
It's a cracker for dessert,
It's
isn't it?
very special, like I said, sometimes, but goodness me, when you enjoy it, sometimes you should absolutely enjoy it.
I feel special every day.